Kim Kardashian and North West break their silence amid outrage over Tween's controversial finger piercing. In the ever-intense spotlight surrounding the Kardashian-Jenner family, even the smallest personal decisions can erupt into full-blown public debates. This week, that reality proved true once again as Kim Kardashian and her 12-year-old daughter, North West, stepped forward to address the growing backlash over North's latest accessory, a finger piercing that quickly triggered waves of criticism across social media. What began as a simple moment of self-expression turned into a trending controversy, raising questions about parenting, celebrity influence, children's autonomy, and the digital age's obsession with celebrity families. The conversation unfolded rapidly, fueled by viral images of North sporting a shiny stud on her finger, an unusual choice that sparked curiosity, concern, and plenty of unsolicited opinions. But after days of online speculation, both Kim and North have spoken out, attempting to bring clarity to a situation that had taken on a life of its own. Their responses, equal parts calm and firm, shed light not only on the piercing itself, but on the broader dynamic of raising children under the world's microscope. A spark that turned into a firestorm. The controversy began when photos surfaced showing North wearing the piercing during an outing. Though celebrity kids often draw attention, this particular accessory triggered strong reactions. Many questioned whether a 12-year-old should have such a piercing, while others criticized Kim for being overly permissive. The moment spiraled quickly, prompting countless debates across platforms. Comment sections were flooded with arguments. Some labeled the piercing inappropriate, unsafe, or too adult for North's age. Others accused Kim of prioritizing aesthetics over responsibility. And then there were those who defended the decision as a harmless act of self-expression, arguing that parents, not the internet, should govern such choices. For several days, Kim remained silent, letting the discussions run their course. But as the speculation grew, it became clear that the Kardashian household would eventually have to address the uproar. Kim Kardashian's measured response. When Kim finally broke her silence, she did so with a tone that balanced grace, honesty, and protective maternal energy. She acknowledged the public interest, something she and her children are used to, but emphasized that the decision around North's piercing was both intentional and supervised. Kim explained that North had wanted the piercing for a long time and that, after careful discussion, the family agreed under specific guidelines. The piercing, she clarified, was done professionally, in a sterile environment, and with parental approval. Kim underscored that safety and health always come first in any decision involving her children. But more importantly, she addressed the underlying tension between her family's public profile and their private decision-making. She expressed frustration at the way celebrity parenting often becomes a battleground for criticism, noting that the scrutiny rarely accounts for the nuances that parents consider behind closed doors. Kim also highlighted a point many forget. Despite growing up in the spotlight, North is still a child with interests, curiosities, and a desire to express herself. Allowing moments of individuality, Kim suggested, is part of helping her children develop confidence and identity, even if the internet has opinions. North West speaks for herself. What surprised many was North's own response. In her characteristic blend of confidence and humor, traits she has become known for, North addressed the backlash head-on. She commented that she liked the piercing because it was cool, different, and made her feel creative. Her statement may have been simple, but it highlighted an important dimension, the voice of the child at the center of the controversy. North's response reflected a growing trend among celebrity kids who are beginning to articulate their own perspectives, often more directly than the public expects. North also added that she was aware people didn't like the piercing, but she felt it wasn't anyone else's business what she chose to wear on her body. In many ways, her remark echoed themes present in youth culture today: autonomy, expression, and standing firm in personal choices despite criticism. The debate around tween autonomy. The piercing reignited a long-running debate about autonomy for children and preteens, particularly those in the public eye. Parents around the world weighed in, offering their own perspectives on when children should be allowed to make decisions about their appearance. Some argued that granting tweens the freedom to experiment within safe boundaries can foster independence and self-confidence. Others felt that piercings, especially unusual ones like on the finger, crossed a line and required more maturity. Experts who chimed into the broader conversation noted that these discussions reflect an evolving parenting landscape. Children today, especially in celebrity families, often develop interests and identities at a younger age due to increased exposure to fashion, makeup, trends, and digital culture. Allowing controlled self-expression can help them navigate these influences in healthier ways. Still, the opposing viewpoint is rooted in concerns about permanence, pain, and parental responsibility. For many, the sight of a 12-year-old with such a piercing felt inappropriate, even shocking. But as Kim pointed out, much of the criticism failed to consider the full context. Celebrity children under public microscope. This incident also illuminated the ongoing challenges faced by children of celebrities. While Kim and North are accustomed to public attention, every choice, big or small, can become a focal point for judgment. From outfits to hairstyles to behavior in public, nothing escapes commentary. The piercing controversy served as yet another reminder of how quickly harmless personal decisions become fodder for public scrutiny. For North, who has been in the spotlight since birth, these moments are likely to continue as she grows older, especially as she develops her own interests in fashion, music, and public performance. Kim has often spoken about trying to balance transparency with privacy for her children. She wants them to explore who they are without being shaped entirely by outside expectations. The piercing, as she sees it, was a part of that process. A generational shift within the Kardashian family. Interestingly, the reaction to North's piercing also reveals how the Kardashian family itself has evolved over the years. As the next generation of Kardashian-Jenner kids becomes more visible, their parents have taken varied approaches to how much freedom they allow. Kourtney and Kylie, for example, tend to keep their younger children out of the public eye. Meanwhile, Kim has embraced a more open approach, allowing North and her siblings to appear in family photos, social content, and major events. But the family as a whole has always championed bold personal style. From Kim's boundary-pushing fashion moments to Kylie's ever-changing trend-setting looks, individuality is practically a family value. North, in many ways, is simply following the example set by the adults around her, albeit with her own creative twist.